We were doubling down on our philosophical vision to create defined, credible roles in service of collaboration for strong school libraries. So we have an immediate goal and a long-term goal. Our immediate goal is based on research and the benefit impact of strong school libraries that it can create. We're going to go out and consult with boards across all communities and districts, and using a template so we get usable data that comes back to us. We're going to ask, where are you in terms of what your school library makeup is? We're going to ask, where would you like to be in terms of your school library? And based on the information that comes back to us we'll look for the tensions between what people are saying they want and where they are, and the similarities, and we'll look for staffing models. And from that, we're going to create a school library vision and a role definition for all the different aspects of contributors to library success.
So once we have those two documents, we're going to turn them into living documents for a school library vision and a role definition. And we've worked backwards, so that document's going to go out to boards, administrations, public libraries, the ministry as one group, the OSLA members, and any school library professionals regardless of their membership as another group, and hopefully in some ways impact research from the industry. Those three groups are going to be funneled into a 3-year committee made of representatives or impacted stakeholders. We're looking about 10 people. If it gets too large or too small, we don't have an equitable representation, with indirect and active engagement with the boards, the ministry, and public libraries, with creative or passive engagement with our OSLA members so that their voices can be heard and told from their perspective. And then gathered and synthesized research, it would go to the committee, be funneled, and then revisions would be made to those two documents, which would then of course be put out into the world so that it continues to be updated and reflective of the community. So what would have to be true for our stakeholders? We identified 4 stakeholders in this process. One of the stakeholders is administrative personnel, so your trustees, your supers, your VPs, your principals, those decision makers at the school level. One of the things that we decided would have to be true is that they would have to see the value in this document and in the necessity for this document. They would have to be open-minded and willing to discuss what is currently happening at their school or what they're saying is happening at their school. And they would need to seek change and recognize the room for growth here at their particular school.
Then for the other group of stakeholders, our library professionals, TLs, etc., they'd have to be willing to discuss what they are actually doing, be open-minded for change to happen, provide representational champions, willing to share responsibilities in context of their schools, and equitable representation across the geography, the roles, and the context, and knowing that we do have such a variety of library staff in our boards currently.
And in terms of OLA, OSLA, OALT, what we're saying is, first of all, you need staff to be able to work on this. You have to be willing as organizations to also embrace change, willing to provide and find the current research so that could be an ongoing information source, and funding to undertake this process and able to scale the process to meet the community needs. In other words, can we go small to start with, go large as we move forward?
And finally, teachers would need to be on board with possible changes to the library. They would need to provide a representational champion for the cause and have dedicated time for collaboration and acceptance and be able to see the value.